Welcome to Season 2 of The Journey. I'm Didi Onwu, your host for the next few weeks as we follow these change makers. Every episode will follow the entrepreneurs as they navigate how to secure more customers, refine their business models, and scale their businesses. They'll set their own targets and try and reach them. Through their ups and downs, we'll explore topics such as job creation, revenue growth, and the art of balancing being young and running a business. Let us meet Willen Izi and find out how she's reimagining healthcare in Rwanda.
As a younger person, I was an adventurous person. I always asked a lot of questions. I was eager to learn new things. So I think that built confidence in me at a younger age to feel like I can raise my voice to get what I want or help other people around me. My name is Willen Izi. I was born and raised in Rwanda. By profession, I'm an entrepreneur. I ran a startup called Pharma. I'm its current managing director and a co-founder. What motivated me to start Pharma and what made me choose the health tech industry was my personal experience. So I was in university. I had a very bad migraine and my schedule was always tight. So I would sometimes feel sick but don't have time to go and meet my doctor. So in my business research, to finish my bachelor's degree, I was like, okay, let me research about this. How can I help people like me to get access to healthcare providers or services without them leaving their schools or their homes or anything? So I kept ideating about it, and later met with my now co-founder. We talked about it and we ended up creating Pharma. To briefly describe my business, it's called Pharma Limited. It's a digital platform where a person can order any health-related products, be it personal care products, be it first aid kits, anything related to health. You can order it at our platform and we can deliver it to your home or the office. Whenever I was speaking about my business, people were like, which background do you have? What experience do you have? They would really have a hard time connecting my age with the thing I'm doing. So I think the age and the biases around being young is really something that I saw a lot of times.
The job interview, when I first applied, it was my first experience and also my first interview. It was challenging because I was expecting to see some other people, and then when I entered, just met young sister. She was like my sister, and I was like, is she gonna be my boss? And I was like, okay.
The main thing that I see for a venture partner is our ability to listen, be present, and support the entrepreneur through this journey that they're going through. They've got so many things that are happening at the same time. Some are still in school, some have already finished their university and are trying to nurture this baby.
Credibility, I had to work maybe harder than everyone else to earn my credibility because people already have some assumption about young people, especially if you are in an executive, you are young, they're like, do you know really what you're doing?
The thing which worried me was first when she was starting her career, she was doing her studies and it's very, very busy, and I worried how she would balance her life.
It came down to time management, I think. So I had to prioritize what is it that important that I have to do now that can't wait tomorrow. If it's related to the business, I had to make sure I have to do it before the time. If it's related to my school, I have to make that project. I have to be done with that project. But sometimes I could find this, maybe both school duties and business duties at the same time. And at the moment, I'll say my team really supported me. They could be like, okay, we can help you with the business side and you can focus on your studies.
Not giving them the solution, but walking them through the problem, I think is the key thing here, so that they make the connections for themselves. And in doing those connections, they're able to see the solution.
We young people, we feel like running a business, it requires so much resources. I thought it would you need to graduate from degrees, but she did it when she didn't even get her degree, her first degree.
The toughest aspect with working with young founders is that they are not there to teach you everything. All they do is to give you some hints and few points, and then everything you're gonna do at your work, you're gonna figure out by yourself. And it's also easier to work with them because when it comes to communication and putting together to work hard so that you can develop and do everything you could to put up a business, it becomes easier working with young founders.
I think in 5 or 10 years to come, age won't be a problem, because with the technology realizing AI and everything, people are going to start businesses at 15 years old. So I think there will be less bias about age, but about competence. Are you competent enough to deliver what you're saying you can deliver?
As an employee working with Willen, it's such a great experience to work with a young entrepreneur who inspires me to work hard and know that if it's business, and I gotta put more effort as I could so that I can do everything for myself with the efforts of my work.
Among the Anzisha Fellowship 4 grand prizes, I'm mostly interested in storytelling prize, and this is because I believe my story and the business I learn can be an inspiration for different young aspiring entrepreneurs in Africa. So this is my time to give that space and inspire other fellow young entrepreneurs.
Willen started her business while in school, and she relied heavily on her team to ensure that nothing falls through the cracks. She's determined in making sure that healthcare is accessible to all Rwandan citizens. Let's meet Joseph Sepea and learn how he's increasing agricultural productivity in Uganda.
From my childhood, my parents were farmers, and this is where I first get engaged with agriculture. So we could go with them, and then we could dig the food that we could use at home. And I would say by then it wasn't something we really enjoyed as kids, because we could see it as torture. But as time went on, I started realizing that this is something that I could earn money from. It was basically just owning a business. That's what was in my mind. But to now I consider it as a career. I started a simple project of mine of growing tomatoes. That was when I was around 14, 15. So I had a 1/4 acre of tomatoes, and I could read every piece of information I could get about farming, modern farming, because I really knew that there was a better way we could really benefit from it. My company is called Scaling Pathways, and what we do basically, we are trying to make farming productive and profitable. So how we are doing this is we are trying to make farm mechanization accessible and affordable to farmers.
Kimpe essanyu lingi, essanyu kuba kinali simanya ate nemutekawo ekintu ekyo ekya pampu ekya sola nemutuzibula amaaso. Ndi twalinga tufuna amagoba nga matono nnyo, ne bukyanga nsinkana ne Mwami Joseph, ne nsinkana ne Mwami Job Nyezizofu oyo. Essanyu lingi nnyo liri amaanyi nnyo.
I started my business when we had that exodus of young people going into these other countries, because everyone says this is where greener pastures are. So it was more of a fight of people around you not being supportive. When you're starting there, an investment that is needed. So owning the equipment, all of them was not our target, because we could not have that capacity. So we knew that since we are doing a sharing, like in a sharing economy, we had to look for farmers that already have the equipment, and we do propose to them an idea of how they can really utilize that equipment effectively. So the challenge was the age. Look at the age and the person says, I don't think what you're saying is really true. I'll give you my equipment, you will lose it, you will damage it. How are you going to do that? Have you ever done this before? These things are new to farmers. They haven't seen them. They don't know how they work. They have a mindset that those things are for rich people. It required a lot of community engagements, demonstrations to build trust and belief in them. When it was a bit more challenging, we could just pick one person and try to work as a demo farmer. So that is something that really helped us to capture and penetrate in the market to get those early adopters that could use our services. So we are in Nakaseke district, and what we are looking here, these are cabbages, and it's from one of our farmers that we work with. So he rents our pump and irrigates his crops in seasons like this.
Kangameti nkifunyemu nnyo. Nkifunyemu. Ate kintu kirungi kugamba nti ekirime kyonna oba okirimye ekirime nga kino kiba kugamba nti kikuwa essanyu lwa nsonga kati nga mulaba zino emboga zino toteekamu nnyo kiri awo. Oteekamu kintu kitonotono, toteekamu nnyo kintu ate n'ofuna nga kintu kiki nga kingi. Naye nga tekimpisiza bubi, era nga nange njagala nnyo abavubuka bakibeeremu kuba lwa nsonga si kibi, kintu kirungi nnyo.
So January is basically a dry season, so he uses the pumps that we supply to irrigate his cabbages. That's why you can see that they are looking the way they are looking, because every plant without water, it cannot survive. We had started the year, we had some issues with the way we are operating. Still, we are doing the same business of supplying solar pumps. And also, we are also engaging into providing mechanization when it comes to digging tractors. But we started the year when things were not good with our partners, so we decided to take them off and try to focus on solar. So it was a bit a heartbreaking situation, but I could talk with Keza back and forth.
I witnessed him thinking outside the box and finding different ways of actually growing his revenue. And this is the importance of pivoting when things are tough. You know, things when you realize that things are very difficult and it's time to think about a new strategy. Joseph was open to that, and I can really say that Joseph has grown as a business owner and as a human being as well.
So she has always been there to make sure if something is wrong, she helps you to brainstorm about some different ideas. Because what we're operating today is a model that we are able to brainstorm together.
Which of the 4 grand prizes are you interested in and why?
Yeah, I'm interested in systems delivery. To me, it's not only an award, but something that pushes me to integrate whatever a successful business should have.
Despite the overwhelming challenges that Joseph faced, he is committed to ensuring that Ugandan farmers have access to all the necessary tools, allowing their businesses to thrive. He has also demonstrated that nothing is impossible when a community comes together. And that brings us to the end of episode 3. Joseph is competing for the Systems of Delivery Prize. He believes that he has implemented the tools he acquired from the Anzisha Prize to ensure his business's success. Meanwhile, Willen is competing for the Storytelling Prize. the competition is getting tougher with each new episode. Have they done enough to secure a spot on the leaderboards? Tune in to the next episode to find out.